What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It is Phil Nagy, Nagy on Sports, joining you here. Tonight it is the game, at least the game part one, and we'll explain a little bit later what that means. An epic number one versus number two matchup again. This has happened other times in the history of the game. Most notably, I think, what was it, 07 perhaps, 06 or 07 is the game, and that was the Troy Smith game when they went to the national championship. He ended up winning the Heisman, and then they lost to Florida in the national championship, of course. So, yep, 11-0 versus 11-0 indeed. Welcome in, LA Vibes. Should be a good one here. Buckeyes going to kick it off. It's a little rainy here in Columbus for this one, but as we said, this is just going to be part one of the game because, as we have talked about many times before, the new setup of the Big Ten is going to facilitate these two teams playing again, and just for purpose's sake, here's Donovan Edwards, left side for a couple. Just as it would happen, both of these teams are 11-0, and the next best team in the Big Ten is Oregon, and they have two Big Ten losses. So these teams are guaranteed to play again in 1 week at the Big Ten Championship. So it brings in an interesting vibe, if you will. Not that Ohio State doesn't want to win this game, but again, playing next week in the Big Ten title. And then the winner of that game will get the first round bye, of course, the guaranteed bye in the playoffs. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes here. Again, both teams 11-0, very, very talented. Buckeyes force a nice 3-and-out. Again, appreciate everybody being on. Yeah, exactly. And that's the way it could be in real life, LA. So it's not just here in the sim. That's the way that it could be in real life this year as well. So it's pretty wild for sure. First play of the game, Travion Henderson to the right side, and he'll be thrown to the ground by Jayshon Barham, middle linebacker number one. Lots of talent on the defensive line, as usual, for the Michigan Wolverines. Howard spins and fires. Got a man. Broken tackle. Quinshon, 40, 35, 30, and Quinshon Junkins dragged down by Makari Page, fifth-year senior. Same high school as Donovan Edwards, actually. They played in high school football together. I would guess that high school team probably won a national championship, or a state championship would be my guess. West Bloomfield, Michigan. Motion coming from Emeka Egbuka. Play action. And sacked up the middle. He took a shot. Just shoved him to the ground. Ernest Hausman from Columbus, Nebraska, not Columbus, Ohio, on the sack, and he will go backwards there. Here's Hausman. Number 15, 6'2", 235 junior, and he just laid the boom on Will Howard on this first drive. So yes, it matters. It matters, LA, but it doesn't matter, at least this year, as much as it would in other years. And a second sack off the play action. Derek Moore, the junior from Maryland, and he got in there in a hurry, and the Buckeyes cannot afford to go play action there because Michigan's just too good. And back-to-back sacks sets up a 3rd and 22. You're right, it does sort of look like a scarlet out up there, doesn't it, LA? Back to pass now. Blitz coming from the Wolverines. Howard in trouble, and he'll be sacked again. It's Mason Graham. He's the best defensive lineman in the game, I believe. 55 right there, Mason Graham. He is a monster in the middle, 6'3", 320 from California, Anaheim area, and he just blew that play up. 3 sacks in a row, and on 4th and 35, yes, I would assume that the Buckeyes will punt it away. Hey, Applied, welcome in, go Bucks. Beat that team up north indeed here, and again, we were just talking about, you can see both teams are 11-0, and then Oregon is in 3rd place at 9-2, so regardless of the outcome of this game, both teams will play again next week in the Big Ten Championship. And again, that is real. That could happen as early as this year. If the Big Ten was last year, that would have happened because they were both undefeated and the next team was too far. Knocked away by Sonny Styles, who ran all the way down with Donovan Edwards out of the backfield. Now big third down for the Buckeyes. Can they get off the field once again? Alex Orgy, the junior quarterback from Texas, sends a man in motion. As Frederick Moore is receiver now. Pressure coming now. Orgy's going to take off. He does have some quicks to the 50, to the 45, and he'll slide down in front of Styles. Alex Orgy, his first down run of the day. Likely will not be his last. Now they'll go heavy with the 3 tight ends in there. Delayed handoff, Donovan Edwards. Right side with some space. To the 25, Donovan Edwards. They'll call it the 27 officially. There's a nice run there for the Michigan Wolverines. And again, both teams wanting to be physical, wanting to impose their will at the line of scrimmage. And so far, you have to say that the Wolverines have won that one. So far, that's the backup running back, Khalil Mullins. And Mullins gets tackled behind the line by Sawyer. 2nd and 14. Now Edwards blown up by Tyleik Williams. So a couple of sacks for the Wolverine defensive lineman. Now a couple of back-to-back TFLs set up a 3rd and long. Orgy over the middle. Got it! Dumped it in the bucket, and he got a first down. I don't know how his receiver held on to that. Frankly, I think that was Tyler Morris. I think that looked like number 8 on the catch. Now here's Edwards, left side. He got drilled as he caught it. Surprised there was no replay on that. It was a really nice 3rd down catch. We're going to say that it was number 8, Tyler Morris. Not quite sure, though. Edwards to the right side, breaking 1 tackle, and I think we're going to get a holding call as the referee signals in the direction of the Wolverines' offensive lineman. Dominique Guidice. Guidice is going to push it back 10 now, 2nd and 16, but Ohio State needs to stiffen here. Look at those 3 tight ends all to the right side. And they'll blitz out of it. Orgy will chuck it to the end zone. Out of bounds, though. His receiver was out of bounds, Samaj Morgan, at the top of your screen there. Never in bounds to catch that ball. Not even illegal touching, just an incomplete pass. Orgy now will take off, and he's going to run right into the waiting arms of Jack Sawyer. And Jack Sawyer escorts Mr. Orgy to the ground gently. And Michigan will have to settle for a field goal here. So nice job by the Buckeyes to stiffen up in the red zone in particular. And a couple of nice TFLs by the defensive line, and then a nice sack by Jack Sawyer. And that kick is up and good for Zavaba. I don't know who that person is. He's not the right number in the game. Or on their real roster. Let me sort by position and see who the kicker is. Stuart Blake is the kicker and the only kicker in the game, so maybe he was an opt-out. Either way, that guy kicked it in, 3-0. Hey, Wendell, welcome in. Hello to you as well. 3-0 Ohio State with their 2nd possession again. Let's see if they can get some positive yards, giving up 3 sacks in a row on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down of their 2nd drive. And another play action, and Howard able to get rid of it to Ibuka for a 1st down, but almost got sacked again. And that play action game is being it's slow right now. And frankly, the Michigan pass rush is getting there a little bit quicker than I would like it to. 5 wide for Howard. Motion coming, they'll get the pop pass, and blown up in the backfield. Stewart got him. Josiah Stewart, senior out of the Bronx, 6'1", 245, edge rusher, number 0. All you can see, look at 3 of their 4 defensive linemen have the superstar emblem underneath it. 2nd and 14, Howard. Right side throw into traffic and knocked away. Good play by Jaden Mangum. Junior 6'2", 185 cornerback out of Michigan, Groves High School. Dump it to Travion, but he doesn't wait for his blockers. He's going to be blown up. That's Zeke Berry, the safety. And Travion had the blockers out there, and he didn't wait for him. He ran around them, and they're going to have to punt it away. So far, advantage Michigan here in quarter number 1. Back out onto the field after a return from the true freshman, Channing Goodwin. Here comes Donovan Edwards, and he'll be blown up again by Tyleik Williams. Another TFL for Tyleik Williams. Donovan Edwards, left side. This time he'll get 12 unencumbered. Wasn't even touched until he got tackled. Hi, Karen. Welcome in. Go Browns forever. And Ohio State forever. But right now, Michigan having their way for the most part. Quick little throw. That's his tight end, Loveland. It's his primary receiving threat, Colston Loveland. Now just a junior out of Idaho, but he has played extremely well. Now another 13 personnel look. They'll delay the handoff. Pressure in his face, but he's able to stick it, and then that one's going to be dropped. Samaj Morgan. Sophomore, 5'10", 174. Another player out of this West Bloomfield High School. Holy moly, there's a bunch of talented kids coming from it, and Edwards is going to get another first down. Edwards. And this time Sonny Styles is waiting for him, but already 10 carries and 50 yards in this first quarter. And again, if you've watched other versions of this game, I mean, the previous times that Ohio State and Michigan have played is Orgy's going to keep it right side to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and Ohio State finally chases him down, but first and goal. Ohio State's inability to stop Michigan's run has been a very real part of their previous matchups, whether or not Michigan knew what they were doing on offense or not, with, of course, the sign stealing, which they absolutely knew it was coming, but that's neither here nor there. Here comes the second running back again, and Mullings has got himself inside the 5 to the 3 here. And that's how the first quarter comes to a close. It's been pretty much all Michigan. Ohio State fortunate to only be down 3-0, but they have got to get something figured out on both lines right now. Ohio State, Will Howard's getting way too much pressure, and right now they haven't been able to stop Donovan Edwards. They'll give it to Donovan Edwards, and Caleb Downs stops him at the goal line. 3rd and goal from about the 1-inch line. They need a Bosa. And Edwards untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan for Donovan Edwards. Of course, one of the cover athletes, if not the cover athlete. I think he is the highest running back rated in the game, along with Quinshon Judkins. All right, well, hate to hear that song being played in this stadium, but 10-0 here after the fake kicker kicks one up and in. Still plenty of time, but Ohio State's got to figure some things out or adjust their play calling on offense. The play action is not working. Will Howard needs to go to some quicker routes, and we've also only run the ball like twice. Oof, decked quickly in the backfield. Antwi probably should have just taken his knee and gone out to the 25 or 30-yard line, wherever they get it in college. 25, I think. Right side third, G. Scott for a first down, and that's what they needed. A quick throw, get it out of his hands quickly. G. Scott is a matchup nightmare for just about any kind of defender that goes with him. Now here's Quinshon, left side. Quinshon breaks one tackle of the safety, 30, 35. Quinshon Judkins up to the first down marker before Jay Sean Barham knocks him down. They've got Corum went pro, but they still have Donovan Edwards. Here comes Quinshon Judkins. He'll go to the right side. But yeah, Blake Corum, I think, is who you're thinking of applied, and he is in the NFL. He was like a 3rd-round pick of the... I don't remember. Buccaneers or something, maybe. I'll look it up for you if you want. Quick drag across the middle. G. Scott again, and now Ohio State's into Michigan territory. And they've figured something out here. And now a little tempo as well. Howard. And here's Quinshon up the middle again, and now Ohio State running well. The Rams, Blake Corum is on the Rams. Got drafted, like I said, 3rd round by the Rams. Blake Corum. Here's a little veer look, and Quinshon will be blown up in the backfield by Makari Page. Again, 6'4", 208. Graduate senior, 5th-year senior safety. Here comes Travion on the play action, and it's going to lead to another sack. That's 4 sacks, and another one for Mason Graham. And Ohio State has to stop calling play action because they are not blocking well enough to give Howard time to read it. They just got to go with these quick routes. 3rd and 18 now. Back to pass. Howard again in trouble. Hit as he throws, incomplete. He had Quinshon out there, but that would have been a long way to go. And so once again, Michigan's defense holds here. And McClarty will boot this one up into the air, and unfortunately it'll go into the end zone, so not a great punt either. Yep, Wendell, I saw that as well. Again, I'm pretty sure that was just a formality. Everybody knew that that was happening at this point now. Back to pass. Pressure up his face, and he'll get rid of it. Ty Hamilton stuffing it down the throat. Yeah, I'm with you, Applied. 1,000%. Pressure coming. Jack for another sack. Jack Sawyer. Another big-time TFL. Maybe a sack. Who knows? Either way, it's back to a 3rd and 16 now. And this is where Michigan is not at their best, especially with Orji. He is not the thrower that McCarthy was. He is more of a natural runner than McCarthy was. Orji deep. Left side shot. Got a man, but knocked away by Davison Igbinosin. He tried to go deep to Samaj Morgan, the sophomore, but knocked away. Let's see if Smith can get something going with a return. He's past the 50, so they're actually into Michigan territory to start. Once again, let's see if the offense and the offensive line in particular can net some points. Here comes Travion on the right side. He'll run head first into Page and Mason Graham right there. But look at that. 1, 2, 3 on the defensive line. One linebacker, one defensive back, and there could be somebody at the bottom of the screen that we don't see. It's probably Will Johnson down there either. They're going to go Quinchon right side, and he won't get far. 3rd and 6 for the Buckeyes. 4 wide receivers, including the tight end G. Scott, wearing his custom alternating spat colors. Pressure coming from Howard, and he'll be sacked for a 5th time in this first half. And that's Derek Moore again, his 2nd of the day, and he's at 10 on the season as Moore throws him down. And right now, Michigan defensive line is having their way with the Buckeye offensive line. McClarty with another punt. And again, we do not have coach mode set up, so I can't just go in and call these plays for them, unfortunately. And again, remember, this game really doesn't matter. They're playing again next week in the Big Ten Championship game, and that game does matter because the winner gets a bye in the playoff. So, again, fundamentally, this one doesn't really matter up the middle with Edwards, except for the Columbus bragging rights. He'll be tripped up, but he had a lot of green grass in front of him had he not been tripped up. Here's a 3rd and 8. Can the Buckeye defense get off the field once again? Motion coming just a little bit. They'll stack to the right side. Orji pressure right in his face. Sets up a screen and actually bounces off Tuimo'olau's helmet. And the Buckeye defense doing their part. They'll force another punt. But again, my biggest worry right now is this play calling. And it's just Will Howard has to get rid of the ball quicker. Here comes Smith again. Another great return from the freshman. Buckeyes are getting incredible field position and going absolutely nowhere. They ran the ball decently on the 2nd drive and haven't since then. Here comes play action again. Again, not my favorite choice. And Igbuka steps out of bounds for 5. Seth McLaughlin, transfer from Alabama, of course. Motion coming from Carnell Tate. Back to pass Howard. Quick throws. Love that. Over the middle, 1st down. Easy throw, easy catch. Found the hole in the zone. Carnell Tate, 1st down at the 37. That's what they need to go to right now. These play actions or option keepers that go for 1 yard are not the best choice right now. That's, of course, Rod Moore, the senior safety out of Northmont, Clayton Northmont High School, which is just outside of Dayton. Fire over the middle. Got a man, G. Scott again, and right now Barham can't stay with him. G. Scott is beating Jayshon Barham anytime he wants. I mean, that dude's 6'3", 248. He cannot keep up with G. Scott right now. 1st down inside the red zone. We've got to score a touchdown here. Left side throw, and it's almost picked. Oh, boy. That would have been pick 6 city. That was Barham again, the linebacker. Fortunately, not Will Johnson, the best corner in the game. Play action again. Howard, back of the end zone, tipped around and then picked. No, out of bounds. Whew, that was dangerous. Now 3rd and 10 for the Buckeyes. Cannot turn it over. Field goal has to be the absolute worst thing that happens. Howard. And pressure again, and he'll be sacked for the 6th time. 3 of them from Derek Moore. Unbelievable right now. Josh Simmons on the left side is getting used and abused right now by Derek Moore. And Derek Moore's not even the defensive lineman that has the superstar under him. He's the normal defensive lineman. The 2 tackles and Josiah Stewart are the ones who have the superstars under them. Fielding's kick is up and good. Buckeyes finally able to get on the board. 10-3, but it has been a struggle, and it has been a struggle on the line. Now, defense has responded well since that touchdown drive, forcing 2 3-and-outs. Can they do a third one here in a row? Again, appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy, Nagy on Sports is the channel, only place you can find these simulated sporting events with live original commentary. CJ Hicks will blow it up right there, as well as Caleb Bounds, 1-yard gain. Edwards' runs have been like 12 or -1. That's kind of been his speed here so far. Now, empty set for Orji. 4-man rush for the Buckeyes. Alex Orji. He'll fire deep down the left side. Orji down there, and it's caught. Oh, no. Donovan Edwards. That ball was so far underthrown. Davis and Igbinosin had ran 3 yards past him. But Donovan Edwards saw that it was underthrown and turned around. Watch this. Igbinosin is actually past the receiver. And Donovan Edwards stops running and then waits for it like a punt returner. 55 yards and a huge first down for Michigan. Oh, my. Here comes Edwards again. He'll run into Sonny Styles in the middle, and he'll pick up 5. Gee, Christmas. Nope, they didn't apply, that's for sure. 2nd and 5, 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter, or in this first half, rather. Orji now, he'll fire left side, knocked away. Look at Caleb Downs flying in there to knock it out of his hands. Holy moly, that was a play from Downs. Athleticism at its highest level. Orji, right side throw, tipped away again. Denzel Burke. And again, they will hold them to a field goal, but at some point, the Buckeyes have to score some points. They cannot just trade field goal for field goal at this point. Again, Zavada, that person is not real. That is a fake person, at least according to mgoblue.com. 2024 football roster. Now here comes Jeremiah Smith, and he'll be tackled at the 15-yard line, called the 16. 2:45. Buckeyes will get the second half kick. A double dip here would be massive. Here's a pistol. And a play action again, and it almost leads to another sack, but he's able to drop it into the bucket. And Carnell Tate has a nice gain up to the 30-yard line. Again, quick throws, get it out of his hands quickly. Your offensive line clearly struggling today. Make it happen. Blitz coming, and he's going to be hit as he throws yet again. That one looked more like a screen pass trying to be developed. Either way, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now it's 6 seconds to go until the 2-minute warning. Back to pass. There he is, wide open on the side. Tate to the 40, to the 35, and Rod Moore saves the touchdown. 2-minute warning time. Ohio State into Michigan territory. And again, he's getting rid of the ball quickly, and that's the difference right now. Holds it on a little bit longer, waits for Quinshon to run his wheel route. Oh, broken tackle, Quinshon to the 20. What a run after that play to the 14. Quinshon Judkins. What a nice play from him to not go down in the middle of the field. Maybe we'll get a replay on this one. Yes, we will get a replay as Judkins goes over the middle. Howard dumps it off to him nicely. Gets the first down, but then he just spins off of tacklers. Those two guys bump into each other, and he runs for another 10 yards. That was a beautiful run after the catch. Hey, Richard, welcome on, man. It's been a long time. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to our Ohio State Sims. Back to pass now. Howard fired it over the middle. Got his man again. That's the freshman, Jeremiah. J.J. Smith picks up 9, and now they're at a 2nd and 1. Time management important here for the Buckeyes. Don't want to score too soon, right? Motion coming. Little orbit motion from Quinshon. And up the middle again. That's, I think, a 3rd sack now for Mason Graham. 7 sacks for the Michigan defensive line as they have used and abused the Buckeyes. Yep. Ohio State Sims are going. Both teams are both 11-0 to the end zone. Touchdown! It's the freshman, J.J. Smith. This kid has been incredible all year for us in the Sim, and he delivers a massive touchdown for the Buckeyes with 27 seconds left. And yes, it is a little rainy there in Columbus. This would be, November the 28th, I think. Maybe 29th, I don't know. 13-10 here, 27 seconds. Buckeyes needed that one. Massive touchdown for them. Now at 24 seconds, they just can't give up something silly. Orgy will spread them out 5 wide. Again, they do have a 55-yard pass to Donovan Edwards. It wasn't a touchdown, but it led to another field goal. Drag across the middle and hit right there at the line. And that's Tyler Morris, Jr. out of Bolingbrook, Illinois. Now they'll go with that 13 personnel. They'll hand it off one more time to Edwards, and JT Tuamoloau throws him to the ground, and that's how it's going to go. What a first half. Again, hopefully Ohio State can continue to make those adjustments. Donovan Edwards has been very good, but they have given him the ball 17 times already, so they are feeding Donovan so far. And Ohio State has really responded in the last several drives defensively. In this previous drive, offensively, they were finally able to get on the board. Again, the quick passing is the name of the game because the offensive line is not pass blocking well. They have given up 7 sacks in that first half. Here's a pistol look for Will Howard. Now they'll go RPO right side. Fling it out to Mr. Brandon Innes, second-year 5-star receiver. Add another 5-star to the room, of course. Another pistol look here, and the same play. And this time, Innes drops it. Innes drops it, and/or Ernest Hausman, the linebacker, knocked it out. It's 3rd and 4. Back to pass. They stay in the pistol 3 times. They go to him again, and he dropped it. Was that Innes again who dropped it? 2 drops for Brandon Innes. So interesting play call choices there, and Howard thought he saw a matchup. He tried to throw to Brandon Innes 3 times in a row. He got 6 yards on the first one, and he had 2 drops on the second and third one. So no double dip for the Buckeyes. They will concede the double dip. Hey, Felligan, welcome in. They will concede the double dip, and back to the Wolverines now. Orgy, deep shot, right side, knocked away by Denzel Burke. What a play there, going with Samaj Morgan. Again, they load up with these 3 tight ends, and then they go deep to the single receiver. Ohio State has been up to task so far on it. Max protect look over the middle. Got it to one of his tight ends. And that is a fake guy, not on the roster. Priestcorn, I think is what the back of his jersey says. Here comes Donovan Edwards. He'll try the left, and he'll pick up a decent little gain. We'll see if Priestcorn is actually a real person or not. He is not. Definitely sounds like a Michigan tight end, though, doesn't it? Priestcorn, his last name. There's Colston Loveland, the top tight end, and he's got a first down. There's the 13 personnel with the 3 tight ends to the right side of the line. Alex Orgy, junior quarterback. Turn around. Give it to Donovan Edwards. Edwards zigzagging through the middle, and he'll pick up another 8 yards. So this is exactly how most of the first quarter and then second quarter, half of the second quarter looked, which is Ohio State getting punished on the line. And Edwards getting big chunk yardage plays. Over the middle, play action, first down and more inside the 5. That's tight end number 2, Marlon Klein. Guy's from Germany. Marlon Klein from Cologne, Germany. First and goal. Edwards, play action, over the middle, caught for a touchdown. And very quickly they reestablished the 10-point lead. And once again, that is Marlon Klein, the tight end out of Germany. Do I think I can jinx the Guards into winning this game? The game that they're playing right now against the Brewers? I saw they were down 5-0 was the last time I looked. Are they do they even have a shot right now? Or is it just over? 20-10, first drive of the second half is successful for the Wolverines after the Buckeyes went 3 and out. So dug yourself a hole again here, and once again, Michigan dominating on the lines. Let's see if Ohio State can slow down this pass rush a little bit here in drive number 2. Again, appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy, Nagy on Sports is the channel. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers. Here's a first down to Ibuka over the middle. Picked up another new one yesterday. If that was you, thank you. We really appreciate that. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe or you got a second Gmail account and haven't subscribed from that one, do it from both. It's all right. It's not cheating. I promise. Here's a drag across the middle. There's Will Kazmarek, second tight end. The transfer from OU, 2nd and 4. Also, make sure to hit the like button. That helps to grow our audience, specifically our college audience, as we I've been starting our Ohio State sim, and it's gone pretty well. I mean, they're not getting nearly as many views as our Browns sims, but we are very Browns heavy with our fanship and viewership, which is fine. That's how this channel has started. That will always be the heart of the channel. Fart of the middle, incomplete. Smith was there, so was the safety Page, and the Buckeyes are going to have to punt again. And we're entering danger time because Michigan is a team that can suck all of the air. Okay, so jinx them. Well, the Guardians won't win. There, hopefully that jinxed them. They'll go backwards. That's 200 completions for Alex Orji in this game so far. Play of the 1-yard loss. We'll take it, I guess. 5 men on the line for the Buckeyes. They're going to try to slow down this running attack. They do eventually there. 20 carries now for Edwards, 81 yards. 3rd and 8, the bell rings. Can the Buckeyes get off the defense? Fans still in full throat here. The game. Pressure up the middle. Orji, he'll get through and he'll get the first down. They had him bottled up and he somehow got through, and that's such a killer for a defensive line. It feels like they do their entire job perfectly, and then the quarterback slips through. That's got to be real frustrating. Here he comes again, right side this time. He'll run and slide right in front of Sonny Styles for a gain of 4. High formation in there now. Orji under his center, but again, they are running clock. Look at that, snapping that thing with 10 seconds. They're already in a modified chew clock mode as it's almost picked off by Denzel Burke, and here's another 3rd and 6 now. Got to get off the field, D. Come on. Orji in trouble. He'll fire over the middle and incomplete. Nobody there. And that's what you need. You got to make that guy one-dimensional. You've got to make him try to beat you with his arm, because I just don't think he can. It has been his legs and the legs of Donovan Edwards that have killed you so far, plus their pass rush has absolutely obliterated you, plus your silly play calling with so many play-action passes that take so long to develop, especially out of the shotgun, like this one. Nope, this one's just an option keeper, and he runs right into the brick wall known as Makari Page. 6'4", 208. Makari Page. Howard. Quick throw right side. That's what we need. There's a little wheel route out of the backfield. Travion Henderson with a big gainer to the 37, and now Ohio State wants to go turbo with this quick speed up to the line. And now Howard takes a gander at Chip Kelly on the sideline. They'll run their play quickly. Travion up the middle. Henderson, nice run. That's where he'll go down. Rod Moore on the tackle. 2nd and 4. Henderson staying in the game. 4 receivers is a 2-by-2 and another sack. Mason Graham is absolutely making Tegra Chabola's life a living Hades right now. I think that's 4 sacks today for Mason Graham. Lined up against Tegra Chabola, that right guard. He is just absolutely taking him to the wood shop. Pressure again, and ball's out, and Michigan's got it. Stop running play action. It is not working. We have fooling no one, and you're taking stupid sacks. And now that stupid sack became a fumble. And you're giving the team that wants to run the ball a chance to run the ball more. So stupid, virtual Ryan Day and Chip Kelly. Call better plays. But again, that's going to be PI. But again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Regardless of outcome, they will play again next week in the Big Ten Championship. And frankly, that game means more because it means a guaranteed bye. So if you're going to win one, I guess I'd rather have it be the next week one. Both teams are in the playoff. That's happening regardless of what happens here in the next 2 weeks. They're both in the playoff already, so they could play a third time, which we've talked about many times. Orji, flip it right side to Edwards, and he'll be thrown to the ground for a loss of 3. Nice tackle by Sonny Styles. Maybe a pick 6. That might be what they need to get him shaken out of this offensive rut that they are in right now. Orji will try a bubble screen, and it'll be blown up. Davison Igbinosin. That could have been a fumble. That looked near to be a backwards pass, but they will say incomplete. And Michigan will punt it away. Good job again by the Ohio State defense on that sudden change situation. Is that out at the 1? It's out at the 1. Oh my, what a punt. Out at the 1 yard line. Careful. Quinshawn, safety. Ugh. That gimmicky little wing T formation is not very effective in the game. I can tell you from having tried to run the play several times myself. It does not work. And Ohio State commits the safety. Just brutal. Just brutal. Wendell, a pick six is what we're going to need. That might be what it's going to be to kind of shake this thing out the rafters. Well, I think that's like their short yardage, like heavy running set, and they ran it on the first play of the spring game, and so I think the makers of the game were throwing a little homage to them because it's like a Woody Hayes formation. And so it's like, oh, look at us, we're running Woody Hayes football. But I think it was a gimmick. But it's in the game, and it's not super... well, sorry, I tried to jinx them for you. 2nd and 5. 22-10, Ohio State has struggled in this game. Maybe I have to be watching the game to jinx it, I guess. I don't know. Alex Orji's been good. He hasn't turned the ball over yet. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. College football 25. Are you hearing me? Orji back to pass over the middle into traffic. It's incomplete. Denzel Burke was wearing that receiver like a communion suit, I dare say. Still 1:43 to go, third quarter, but Ohio State has got to find some points. Here's Smith from the 10 and down at the 18. Stop, running, play, action. Stop, running, play, action. That's what we need right now. Quick passes or a run works too. Nice run by Travion. They'll give him 8 on the first down. Karen, it's not a horrible idea. He's not throwing interceptions. He's just getting sacked on these play actions. So it's a play calling thing. There it is again. And he almost got sacked again. Instead, he threw a 0-yard pass to Cornell Tate. And option keeper, and he'll lose yards. Ugh, these play calls are brutal. You have the 3 of the best receivers on the planet, and you're running option with Will Howard, and the game does not think Will Howard is very good at running. Oof, sweet little juke move, and then be thrown to the ground. That's Channing Goodwin again, the true freshman, Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, well, yeah, LA, I don't know if you're still on. There's your Alabama Crimson Tide. They've dropped the last 2. They're down now to 9-2. And number 12 overall should still be okay for that playoff for you. All right, put 15 on the clock, and Ohio State needs to find some backbone. Nice play up the middle by Tyleik Williams for another tackle for loss, of which he has many. Many, many, many. Motion coming from Loveland. Orji. Pressure up his face, and he's going to complete it to Loveland, but Burke makes a nice tackle. 3rd and 8. We've got to get off the field here. You're right, Applied. I wish that I don't have coach mode set up, so I can't do it. I cannot make it happen for us. Over the middle, first down. Ransom got beat by Loveland. 5 catches for Loveland. He is their top receiving threat, and now inside the 20-yard line again, and we are in high alert territory here. Going to 15 is going to be tough. Turnover would be really nice. Look at Denzel Burke knock that ball out of the hands of the tight end. It's so good. We just say big bones. Donovan Edwards left side, 3rd and 7. But tick, tick, tick goes that clock. And we haven't exactly showed the ability to have those quick strike touchdowns. We've had plenty of them in the sim season, just not this one. And on a 4th and 6, they will get the stop to set up another field goal from the fake kicker. This kick is missed. He missed it. So pressure in his face. That was not a very long kick. It's like a 41-yarder or something, 42-yarder. That was not a long kick. But he pushed it left. or excuse me, right, pushed it right. So the Buckeyes will take over at the 20. It's where they snapped it from. Maybe this gives them a little bit of a spark. Play action again. What are we doing? Firing wide open to G. Scott, who had decked. G. Scott got drilled that time. It's a hospital ball. Right side throw. Got it to the freshman. Nice catch by Smith. First down, Buckeyes. They got to go. Down 12 with about 12 to play. Again, appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy. Nagy on Sports is the channel. Again, only place on YouTube that you can find these live simulated sporting events with some live original commentary as well as interaction with you, the fans, in the chat. Do appreciate everybody being on. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, we would encourage that very much. Also, make sure to hit that like video as a group. We can't squeeze that one in. Now, 3rd and 10. If you want to take your Nagy Nation fandom to the next level, you can use the Discord link in our the description of the video to join us on the Discord channel as Mason Graham almost gets sack number 5. G. Scott's going to be short. Did they go for it on 4th down here? Nope, they're not going to. Anyway, our Discord channel is an opportunity to find out in advance of when we're going to sim, vote on various things regarding the channel, and chat with us between the sims as well. We also like to do live chats during Real Browns games, for instance. I would have gone for it too, applied, but again, coach mode is not turned on, and I am not calling the plays. Please remember, this game doesn't really matter. They're playing again next week in the Big Ten Championship game. So I would kind of actually I would sort of try to script it this way, if I'm being honest. I would let Michigan win this one, and then they would be all big about it and excited about their win, and then we beat them in the Big Ten Championship when it matters more for the postseason. Second and 7 now. Orji, RPO left side. Caught by Samaj Morgan. Yeah, this West Bloomfield High School from West Bloomfield, Michigan, they had some, like all of the best players from Michigan are from this school. This place must be a powerhouse. Drills it right there to Samaj Morgan, one of those players from West Bloomfield. Wendell wants a pick 6 here, Alex Orji. Come on, deliver. Oh, it is picked! You called it! C.J. Hicks rips it out of his hands. Wendell, we got it, but it wasn't a pick 6. It was just an interception. Yes, Richard. If you haven't watched, if the game is vastly improved over Madden, it's significantly more realistic. Play calling for the Buckeyes notwithstanding. Yeah, they cleaned up a lot of the stuff that we hated about Madden. The pocket presence, the 2-minute drills, they'll actually spike it. Another sack here for Kenneth Grant. And maybe you're right. I think it was, I don't know, was it Karen who put it in there? I'm going to go ahead and we got to try to mix it up. Okay, I get it. He sacked him. I think it was Karen who maybe said time to bench to put Devin Brown in. Let's just try to mix it up. See if he can give us a spark. See if he can give us a spark. Can't hurt. He threw 3 touchdowns and came back against Penn State. So Devin Brown now into the game at quarterback for the Buckeyes. He's going to hold it, and he'll be hit as he throws. So not much a better outcome so far. He did. You're right, Applied. He did work in that Penn State game when Howard threw the 4 pick 6s. Brown now shuffling, firing, got him in. 3rd and 17 conversion to G. Scott, who is a matchup nightmare for anyone. Yeah, I'm with you. The play action is driving me crazy. Travion left side to the 40, to the 45. Nice little spin move. We'll get 8 for the first down. Just with 6:15 and 2 scores required, I'm not sure going to the ground is what you need right now. Play. Whoop! I thought it was about to be a play action. Instead, it's a terrible loss of 4 for Quinshon Judkins. Why are we running the ball? Motion coming from Brandon Ennis, who's dropped a couple of passes here earlier in the game. Brown, first down, got it. Jeremiah to the 50. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. 5:08 on the clock. 5:05. Brown, shotgun snap. Left side dump it to Travion, 50, 45. And roped out of bounds by Jaden Mangum, junior out of Beverly Hills, Michigan. Did you know Michigan had a Beverly Hills? I didn't. Swing it to the right side. Nope. Motion to the right side. Throw it back to the left. Egbuka, 30, 25, 20. Emeka Egbuka inside the 20 to the 17-yard line, and the Buckeyes will go fast. We're under 4.5 to play. What are we doing? We got to go fast. Finally, they figure it out. Devin Brown into the game, trying to provide a little spark. Maybe I waited too long. RPO left side. Egbuka, juke move to the 10, and it'll be thrown down at the 8. Clock keeps moving fast. Why aren't they going hurry up? You're basically going to give Michigan one more drive to win the game or to give you the ball back. And dropped in the end zone. Decked. It's the first time we've called his name today. That's Will Johnson. He is the best player in the game, 98 overall. From Detroit, Michigan, Grosse Pointe South High School, Will Johnson. Almost was a Buckeye. An elite cornerback. Left side throw. Touchdown! Carnell Tate. He caught it at about the 1. Ooh, floating ball trick. He caught it at about the 1, and then he just nibbled his body into it. And Tate has the Buckeyes back within a score. But how about Devin Brown? It was the right move. Maybe I waited too long to do it. And now it's about your defense, making one stop. Can you make one stop and give your offense a chance? I guess I should have applied. That's on me. It's on me. 22-17. Can we get another turnover or a stop? Buckeyes are going to make the tackle there. That's Eli Hicks, young linebacker on the triple tackle. Yes, the floating ball, that was new. We haven't seen the floating ball. Here comes Edwards. And he's going to get a big gainer left side. Edwards, 30, 35, 40. Donovan Edwards wants to put this game out of reach right now. And the Buckeyes have got to get some stops here. Out of bounds does at least stop the clock. It's not over yet applied. You're right. Orgy, shotgun snap. Edwards, of course, up the middle. Another gaping hole in the Buckeye defense. He's now at 140 yards on 30 carries. He has been very good for them here today as they are just gashing us now, and they're going very much waiting until 2 seconds left. Now Mullings, and he's going to pick up a first down. Are we done? Are we cooked? Is our defense just done playing? Like, what's going on here? You know they're running the ball, and you're giving up 12 yards of carry right now. There you go. There's Tyleek and a timeout. Now, this is real interesting because if they end up holding them to a field goal, that becomes an 8-point lead. So, keep pushing them back here. Finally, Mullings again. Mullings. Roster. Mullings. They really have applied. It's been pretty stark. And as we've talked about, and you've heard me say many times on these sims, in real life, the offensive line is what I'm worried about, and they complete it, and that's the game. Had them on a 3rd and long, that would be the ball game. Michigan will win once again. That's 4 straight in the regular season. No more timeouts for the Buckeyes. And that'll be it. And like I said, it really doesn't matter because both teams are playing again next week. All that it really means is that Ohio State wears their away jerseys and Michigan wears their home jerseys. But that is the game here today. And Buckeyes just waited too long to... Their offensive line was too inconsistent. The play calling was dumb. And again, there's nothing we can do about that. That was just the computer being stupid, continuing to call the plays that were netting him sacks. So not certainly the way we wanted it to happen. But yep, we'll see you next week in the Big Ten Championship. Michigan going to drop this one. Let's get a couple quick stats, but I do appreciate you being on with me here today. 22-17 again, final score. Michigan will take care of Ohio State and presumably become number 1 in the country. Alex Orgy today, 17 of 33 for 222. That's just 51%. 1 touchdown, 1 interception today. Donovan Edwards, 30 carries, 140 yards, and a touchdown today. Orgy's 9 for 35 were very important. Mullings had a couple of big ones at the end to ice it out. Colston Loveland, 5 for 50. Samaj, 4 for 51. Both those guys had 2 drops, by the way. Edwards had the 55-yard catch and then a negative 3-yard catch. Klein and then Morris pre-scoring the fake guy. And Frederick Moore just had the 1 catch as well. Defensively speaking, Makari Page called his name a lot, 12 tackles. 3.5 for, here's where it's going to be bad. 3.5 for Moore, 3 for Graham, 1 for Grant, 1 for Stewart, 1 for Hausman, 1 for Zeke Berry, the junior safety. Like, that's way too many sacks. And again, a lot of that was the play calling, which we have no control over at this point. That's not rushing. That's not passing. All right, for Ohio State, Will Howard today, 21 of 32 for 280. He was fine. He didn't turn even the ball over, but we just needed a spark. Devin Brown was that spark, 6 for 8 for 78 and a touchdown. But Devin Brown doesn't play run defense, and ultimately that's what lost us the game again. Look at Will Howard today, 13 carries for negative 87 yards because he kept getting sacked and TFL'd. Quinchon just 7 for 23, 6 for 25. So we really were not in a position to run the football by the time the game was out of hand. 5 catches for Tate, 68 yards and a touchdown. G. Scott, he was good, 5 for 72. Ibuka, 5 for 62. Smith, 4 for 49, touchdown. He also had 3 drops, so not a great day for the freshman. Travion with 3, Quinchon with 3. Kazmarek and Ennis also added a drop as well. Defensively, Sonny Styles with 13, 10 for Igbinosin and Ransom. 2 sacks for Jack Sawyer, that was it. The 1 pick was by C.J. Hicks. So yes, we will see them in the Big Ten Championship, and if you stay on with me here, I will fast forward into that Big Ten Championship. But Ohio State does lose. We'll see how far they fall in the poll. But again, they're going right back at it in the Big Ten Championship. We'll have that game for you later on this weekend or beginning of next week to have a little bit of space in between. The space between. Hey, look, there you go. Big Ten Championship. You're invited to play. We dropped to number 4. So not too bad. Ohio State, Michigan, number 1, number 4 will play in the Big Ten Championship. Oh, I get a bye week before the Big Ten Championship? That's kind of nice. I didn't know that. The rest of the top 25 here in our sim season. Texas A&M moves from 3 to 2 after beating Texas. They're 10-2. Miami 10-2 has moved up to 3. There's Ohio State at 4 again. I told you Oregon had 2 losses. They did beat Washington, but they are 10-2, so they lose out on the Big Ten Championship. Kansas up to number 6, 7 for Georgia, 8 for Alabama, 9 for Auburn, 10 for Notre Dame after losing to USC, and Virginia Tech 11th, and then Iowa State 12th. So if things ended today, this is where we would be. Boston College, Michigan, Kansas, and Texas A&M as your 4 Power Conference champions would get the byes. Then you would have Ohio State, Notre Dame, Arizona, Georgia on the bottom half, Alabama, Georgia right away, and then Old Dominion. They're the funny ones to me. They are winning the ACC right now. Old Dominion is. That's so funny to me. Actually, no, they're not. They're second because Boston College is winning the ACC right there, aren't they? In this projected bracket. Boston College is ACC as well. So anyway, this is what it would look like. Ohio State and Michigan, they're going to play part 2. I told you it was only part 1. It could be part 2, and as you can see right there, it could be part 3 in a national championship as well, if it ended like this. All right, guys, appreciate you being on again. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers. You guys truly are the best. Have a great rest of your night. I will be starting the NFL playoffs in our 2024 playoff sim coming up this weekend. Join me for those if you want. Today we will say go Wolverines. And as always, go Buckeyes and go Browns.